Welcome back my fellow plastic benders to 3D Pen Crafts Made Easy. My name is DK and today we will explore using a clothing iron to make a plastic sheet. Let's get the temperature set on the iron and get started. As the temperature range is a bit vague, be sure to look up where you should aim for. For the iron and filament that I am using, I aimed right in between the 2 dots and the 3 dots. I actually made a grave mistake when I did a quick test run before making a recording. The temperature was set too high, and as the barbecue mat is a fine woven mesh, the plastic burned through the mat onto the iron. If you love your mommy, please don't reattempt that. There are steps you could make to prevent this from happening. These will be explored further into this video, so stay tuned. The technique itself is rather straightforward. By throwing strands of filament in between the barbecue mat, we can then iron on top of the mat. This will heat up and melt the plastic. As the plastic gets pressurized by the iron and by slightly pressing it, it is possible to alter the thickness of the sheet and by doing so, fuse the strands of filament together. Let's make it smooth by using the oven. That's already looking pretty solid. To come back to the preventing of the plastic to burn onto the clothing iron, let's explore using aluminum foil and baking paper instead of the barbecue mat. These fully isolate and prevent the plastic from going through to the other side. This does mean we have to crank up the temperature a slight bit. And of course, you could also go for both the layers. As you might have noticed through the course of the series, the sheet after melting on top of or pressing in between the barbecue mat gives off the grit texture of the mat that one could opt for. So smart! The advantage of using the baking paper is that it makes for an easy way of seeing the status of the sheet. When cooling down, be sure to place some heavy objects onto the sides to prevent the sheet from warping, especially when opting for the acquired textures this way. I decided to invest and use this precious form of energy resource. They did not make this next shot. The acquired textures obviously resemble the texture of the used material for isolating the plastic. Even though seeing the baking paper test, the test needed more time. The same goes for the aluminum foil test. I did up the temperature to be on top of the first of 3 dots of the 3 dot setting. I could aim for a bit higher or press a while longer for better results. But for these tests, I will cut them in half and go for the oven bake finish. For each sheet, I will put one half facing up and one half facing down. Both of the results of the baking paper sheet on the left are looking rather solid for such a sloppy pressed sheet, while as the ones from the aluminum foil seem to have quite a few holes. After a quick retry, the overall results seem to be a bit better already and still favoring the sheet pressed with the baking paper. Suggestions, questions and requests are all much appreciated in the comment section down below, and I will try my best to reply and perhaps follow it up in future content. If this seems to be the channel that you will enjoy, please consider a like, share and subscribe, and join me in making some fun crafts. Thanks for watching and happy bending everyone.